All right, Breaker Broke 23. Today in this video, I'm going to take a quick look at the SMSL B2 high performance Bluetooth receiver in DAC. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to tell you guys I'm going to leave links to this device down below. I'll leave them. I'll leave like an Amazon link, I believe, and a factory link to SMSL, and you guys can get all of the numbers and all that kind of stuff direct from the factory or from the website. And we're just going to jump into this, kind of make this video as short as possible. In the box comes the device itself, the USB-C power cord, and then a quick startup guide, which is very easy. It's just really basic, super simple, just kind of goes over on what the front panel and rear panel functions are. But anyway, here's all of the specs, and you can check that out again on the website. Okay, so I've got the unit powered up right now, and I'm just powered up to a USB power port, just to give you an idea of what it looks like on the display. We have a 1.9 inch LED display. Yeah, was it LCD or LED? No, it's an LCD. Thank you. All right, which I prefer. I'm not really a fan of the OLED displays. I've actually seen some of those fade out, and I'm not really a fan of that. And I'm glad that they're not going with that little trend, and they're still sticking to a more standard display. Anyway, as you can see, this tells you what we're listening to. This is in Bluetooth mode only. All right, so it won't do this when you're using it as a DAC, but you will get the artist and then the name of the song. And if you're streaming like from XM, like I was doing here just a few minutes ago, it'll tell you like the name of the show or who the DJ was, and then it will tell you the artist's name and then the song, and it just scrolls rather quickly. But anyway, and then of course we are showing what mode we're using and what codec we're using. And because I last did that with Apple, of course it's AAC. When I use this with another Bluetooth transmitter, I use my trusted old FIO BTA30, and I have a BTA30 Pro as well. And when you switch codecs, it will indicate this. So like aptX HD or LDAC or SBC or whatever. Anyway, this will decode all the popular codecs and not so popular codecs anymore. So we've got this really nice screen on the front, and then I want to say it's a pressure sensitive type on-off button here. That's a on-off / multifunction button right here. So we push and hold that for 2 to 3 seconds. It will shut the device down. Again, push and hold it. There we go. Push it and hold it again for about 2 to 3 seconds. It'll come back on. It goes into an auto pairing mode if you're in Bluetooth, and that's basically the default startup will be Bluetooth mode, and it'll go into a pairing mode. So this is not a very grabby device. So for you guys that don't like grabby devices, this is for you. I'm kind of used to grabby devices. However, this is the way I used to be back in the day when I first started getting into Bluetooth. I like to be able to pair up every time I turn the device on, and that's what this one's doing. And I am actually I'm using my phone to record, so it's trying to record to the phone or to pair up to the phone. That's not going to happen until I let it happen. All right, we'll push this again momentarily, and we will go into USB audio, and this is so we can play audio from our computer or laptop through our home stereo or powered speakers. Pretty neat. So it's basically just a DAC device and Bluetooth receiver. All right, the construction of this is all aluminum other than the front panel here, but the case is aluminum. The back plate is aluminum, and this is put together very well. All right, I'm going to unplug this. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I do that, because we've seen what the display looks like, we're good. One of my little pet peeves is USB or pretty much any of the input plugs not plugging in all the way. This is kind of hard to see right here, but as you can see, it's not flush with the back of the device, and I actually prefer that. We do have a little bit of wiggle room here, and if this was actually flush with the rear panel of the device, it probably wouldn't wiggle around like that. However, I can sit and wiggle this whether I'm just in Bluetooth mode or I'm going from the computer. This does not give out or lose connection, so we're all good there. Okay, on the back panel we have our removable SMA antenna here, and I really like that feature because I like removable antennas, honestly, because if I'm trying to get more range, I'm kind of a radio nerd, and sometimes I like to see if I can get more range from any given device, and this lets me do it, to whereas if it's a fixed antenna, you really can't do that. So anyway, input for power and for USB for DAC purpose. And we have our SMA, optical output, coaxial output, and analog RCA output. All three of these are active at the same time, which is kind of cool. If you have a more of a modern receiver or preamp that has coaxial and optical as well as analog, they all have analog, right? But anyway, if you have optical and coaxial, you can actually plug all of these in and then, you know, start streaming to it or whatever and find out, you know, what sounds best to you. You can click your receiver and go between these three and see. So anyway, there you go. So check that out. That's pretty cool. So it's a pretty small device. I like that it comes with pre-installed rubberized feet. I like that, and I like these. These are good soft rubber, and that's pretty neat. I haven't taken the film off yet. Yeah, I'm kind of weird like that. I don't peel the film off for like a year or two. Anyway, but yeah, it works as it should. I'm very happy with the device. I've been using it hot and heavy now for several days. I actually use these devices before I do a review on them. So anyway, I haven't had any glitches or anything like that, and that's kind of neat. Now look, this device comes in at just under $80. It's like $79 and change. So in my opinion, I think we got a lot of bang for our buck with the nice display, the multifunction button that is not glitchy. It works perfect every time. And then the overall sound quality of this. This is a great sounding device. This, to me, kind of reminds me of the Audio Engine B1 as far as sound goes. This is not bright and shrilly. The highs are not overextended. They're very, very smooth. Mids are perfect. I think they're right where they should be. And no overextended bass or anything like that. So it's not a fake or overemphasized sounding Bluetooth receiver or DAC for that matter. Yes, there is a difference in audio quality between Bluetooth and DAC, but it's not that drastic. This is Bluetooth 5.1 technology, and I believe that SMSL has really taken advantage of the chipset that they're using. I think it's like a 4131 or something like that. But anyway, you can check that out in the factory specs. The sound stage is a very centered sound stage. I would like to see it a little more open, maybe a little bit wider sound stage, but it's got a very audiophile sound to it. That's my take on the B2. Cheers.